Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. I'm Terry and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Everyone's special, but today's a little bit more special. I've got one of our AFLW guns and a girl who we've taken a big liking to here at the channel for the last couple of years, Georgia G. Georgia, hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. It's a pleasure and really appreciate you taking out the time in your day to chat to us.
No worries at all. I look forward to chatting with you.
Yeah. Talk to me. How's your world? What's been happening? It's been a big year to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. It's been very strange, but been just doing same as normal now. I think it's getting a little bit better with the whole COVID situation. So just trying to live as normal as possible. Training, catching up with friends and family, which is good. Have a bit of more normality. So yeah, been good.
It's so interesting. What's normal now for us? It's just the definition changes day by day, week by week. But I think for us, Victorians here, I think we're at 40 days today with 0 cases. So I want to get excited, but I'm also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking this is it, right? Like we don't have to worry too much. You just sort of have to be ready.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I've been thinking too, and I think everyone has. Just hoping that there's no more cases, no more outbreaks. So hopefully that Victoria can stay strong and we can keep going the way we are.
Yeah. Now you had, I'm sure you were among many other people as well. You celebrated your birthday in ISO 21 as well, so it wasn't just a regular birthday. Talk to me about how that was for you. What was the celebration like?
Yeah, it was a little bit different. We obviously had to stick by the rules and restrictions, but we have a park just across the road at our house. So we had a bit of family over, a bit of social distancing and our masks on. It was a little bit different, but it was still nice to be able to see the loved ones and a few friends. So that was really nice to at least celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, it's one for the, I don't know, I guess the kids or the grandkids or the future children in the family to tell them the story and show them the photos, in a couple of decades from now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit weird. I think even having to get tested before going back to training, I think it's like to even say that you had to get tested is it's a bit different, but it's kind of all part of it, I guess.
So. Yeah, for sure. Well, let's go to the beginning because I'm really interested to, obviously we've been watching you for a couple of years now as the player, and we know you as Georgia G on the football field, but where did it all really begin for you as a football? I guess as a person as well. What's your story from a young age?
Yeah, so I grew up in Beaconsfield, just a small town out in the southeast. Yeah, grew up with my family, very close to my family, friends and cousins. So grew up with them, with my cousins. They all loved footy as well. We've always been passionate about any type of sport, but especially AFL. So I've played that since I was younger. My pa played for a few games for Hawthorn and Richmond, so it also stemmed from that. And then obviously I went into Beaconsfield Juniors and played a few years with the boys, and then ended up playing for the girls. So it all stemmed from that really. And then obviously went through the pathways into Dandenong Stingrays and Vic, and then got drafted. So it's been a big journey, but it's been a nice and fun one.
Yeah, for sure. I did see some of your photos on your Instagram. I did a bit of a stalk before we started the interview, and I saw that some photos with Luke Hodge, and I must say it's been a pretty good life as a Hawthorn supporter growing up.
Yeah, that's it. We had a few good years when I was growing up, so we were lucky. But now being a Blue supporter, I think it's exciting what the boys are creating ahead. So I look forward to watching them this season, and hopefully we can get some success.
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously I'm 29, so growing up, men's footy was all that really was there to watch and consume in a professional landscape anyway. What was it like? I want to talk about the process of the moment or however long it was from when you realized, you're playing footy and you love it obviously, but when did it become a reality, and how did it become a reality where, oh, okay, I can actually do this now for a living? What was that change of that process like?
Yeah, it was a bit strange to be honest, because obviously we grew up. There was only when I started playing, there was only really a boys' competition. So I started playing with them, and then they started all these women's teams, and that was exciting for me. And then eventually, I think it was 2016 when they brought out the AFLW competition, or announced it, and that was something really exciting. And I remember going to the first game, Carlton Collingwood at Icon Park, and obviously that was packed out. I got goosebumps sitting in the stands, just thinking I could hopefully be here one day. And that's what happened. Next year I got drafted and I was in the Navy Blue. So it was a pretty cool experience. Even just seeing the announcement in 2016, I think like to strive for that was the main goal. And I think it is the same thing for most girls.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was out of the country for the first season of the AFLW. I got back middle of 2019, but I'd watched a little bit of 2018 while I was overseas. And I think the first game I was at, it was a Carlton Collingwood game at Icon Park. We did lose that day, but my first impression of the AFLW as a product or as an experience was it kind of brought it back to the roots. And I know a lot of supporters talk about the commercialization of the game and whatnot, but I just got a real family and community vibe. What do you take of the game day experience with the fans and what it feels like?
Yeah, I think having the fans, especially at Icon Park, that's what gets us girls going and wants us to play there. Like we love Icon Park's the best to play at. And I think having this situation with COVID last year towards the end of the year, not having the fans there, like you just noticed so much. It definitely gets the adrenaline running when you hear the crowd cheering and roaring. So it's definitely like a family club, and the culture there is really, really good, especially with the fans. So we love the fans and we couldn't be there without them. So
yeah, for sure. So you get home from footy. Who are you outside of the Carlton Football Club? What are you interested in? What are you reading? What do you do for fun?
Yeah, I love a little bit of motorbike riding. We have a farm in Benalla as a family, so we go up there and ride the motorbikes. Love the beach, so love to be in the water, swimming. Friends, Maddie Chrisparkis just got a jet ski, so being out on the water a little bit, having a bit of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Spending time with family. I don't mind music, going to gigs. Obviously that can't happen at the moment, but that's about all for me. And then obviously footy's a pretty big part of me. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What type of music are you into?
I like a little bit of Triple J stuff.
Okay.
So I think a bit different. Yeah.
Really keen to see when we're back at festivals how that happens. I think obviously tiny steps. I think at the time of recording this video, we're allowed to go into pubs and clubs, but I think it's going to be very limited. I don't know what a festival looks like at this point, but do you have any favourite festivals that you go to when we can go?
I would love to go to Splendour in the Grass in Byron Bay. I think that's on the bucket list for sure. But yeah, whenever that happens, that'll definitely be the favourite to go to, I think.
Yeah, for sure. What's the family dynamic like?
Yeah, the family, I've got a big family. Well, my immediate family is only 4 of us. I've only got an older sister, and obviously mum and dad, and of course our little puppy, Alfie. But extended family is pretty big. Dad's got a fair few brothers and sisters, and so does mum and dad. So very family orientated.
Yeah. How much older is your sister?
4 years, so a little bit older than me. Yeah.
4 years. Okay, it makes a little bit of sense because I've heard some interviews with you, and everyone likes to talk about your light frame. But first thing I think about is the speed. But now that you've got an older sister, what was that like growing up? Competitively.
Yeah, and actually, she's not all that into sport, but when we were growing up, she loved a bit of netball and soccer. So we definitely had that competitive side. She was pretty quick too when she was younger, and we loved to compete quite a bit too. So that was nice. But now she's into her studying and working side of things, so she's just there to support me, but she loves it too.
Yeah, love that. As playing not just for Carlton, but obviously playing in the AFLW. When I look at how you all go about it, I mean, you're pioneers in my mind. Do you feel that right now as if you're really setting the tone for the future, or do you just live in the moment and are you just enjoying it for what it is?
Yeah, I think for now I'm just enjoying it for what it is, living in the moment. That's kind of hard because it's only really new. Like it's only been around for a few years now. But I think seeing the younger girls come through, getting drafted, I think it does show you that. Like I've been there for 4 years and I feel a little bit older. Although I'm only 21, like you feel like one of the older girls. So yeah, it's nice. It's something different. And it's like being a role model to the younger girls too. It's pretty cool. We didn't think that we'd be in this position, so we definitely take it. But yeah, just live in the moment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to confirm this with you, a bit of a fact check here, but you won a flag with Beaconsfield, which was the 5th straight. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And you won the flag, and you won that particular game by 128 points.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I don't exactly remember the score line, but I think it was around that. Yeah.
So how many of those 5 straight were you a part of?
I was part of the 5. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Lucky enough to be around for all 5. Yeah.
Right, because we one of the notions that the fans this year have really spoken about, for the most part with the men, is that we need to bring winners into the club. We need to bring in people that know what it's all about and know what it takes to go to that ultimate, achieve that ultimate high. And I mean, I thought you just won the 1 or 2, but you've won all 5 of them. So
yeah.
What was that like being a part of that?
Yeah, that was awesome. I think the first year that I got there, we weren't that great because it had only just started off. We had Ali Blackburn playing with us, she's at Bulldogs now, and we were only just starting off. But that, I think it was the second year. Oh no, it was the first year that I was there. We won the grand final, so that was pretty cool. But then the next few years, it just kept going, and I didn't know if it was ever going to stop. To be honest, it was a bit of a weird feeling because I hadn't been a part of a team like that before. It's pretty hard to get into a team and be that successful. But I think as we got our team stronger and brought new girls in, it definitely helped. It was cool to be part of.
Yeah, I bet. You kicked quite a few goals. I can see your final 59 games. I can see 129 goals listed here. So definitely not a surprise for those who are only seeing you for the first time now. If you go back and actually do the research, it's been something that you've always been able to do at a high level. So coming up to this season, what's your focus as personally? Obviously, as a team, we want to win that flag that we probably feel like we should have won last year. But what's your focus coming into this season?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely as a collective, premiership would be nice and be a little bit successful. But I think just working hard on those key fundamentals and as a team, just getting stronger. For me personally, I think being a little bit more versatile and pushing up into the midfield would be good fun to get a bit more touch of the ball. But I'm happy down forward too, kicking some goals, playing alongside Tay, Nick, and Das. It's nice down there. So yeah, just working harder and trying to get a little bit fitter.
Yeah, it's a handy forward line, and I mean, obviously, I've seen the pre-season photo galleries and whatnot, and I guess everyone sees this time of the year as well. But I really feel like from what I'm looking at, just in photos, like the development of your bodies, for a lot of you, it's only your first couple of seasons, but I really feel like there's been a development in the way that the makeup of your bodies. Is that just part of being in the system for a couple of years now, or do you see that as well?
No, definitely. You can definitely tell. I've felt within myself from the first year. I've definitely put on a lot more muscle and weight. And I think it's credit to our S&C guys. They do a lot of work behind the scenes to get us fit and ready for the season. But yeah, definitely working hard in the off season too. A lot of girls are in the gym, running, doing whatever they can to get their bodies right. I know it's such a short season, but you have to be in the best shape that you can. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I've got one more question for you. It's a little bit more broad before I let you go. What motivates you, not just from a athletic sense, but what motivates you? You get out of bed, what lights you on fire?
I think just making the most of every day, to be honest. Anything really, a nice day like today excites me to get out there and be outside. I'm not one to just sit inside and watch TV or be in bed all day. So I think anything motivates me, to be honest. Catching up with friends, hanging out with family, walking the dog, but yeah, or even just to get better for football. I think anything like that definitely gets me up out of bed.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No, that's really good to hear. Well, hey, listen, that's all I've got time for today, but I really appreciate you taking that time out for us. We'll definitely be watching you and following you closely throughout the season and for many years to come. I don't think we'll be worrying about you leaving. We want to keep you here for as long as we can. But all the best and thanks once again.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely be there for as long as possible. So love the Navy Blue and hopefully we can see the fans there next year.
Legend.
Ready!